Hi, hello, and a very warm welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything about dropshipping niches. That is, how to find a lucrative niche, the most profitable niches in the market, how to measure competition in your niche, and how to be successful with your niche. So if you want to know details about each of these areas, then this video content is for you. By the end of this video, I hope that you will know everything about dropping shipping niches in regards to these 4 areas. Now, the first step in starting a dropshipping store is choosing a niche. A niche helps you build an audience, influences your marketing and content efforts, and it makes it easier to create better products for your ideal customers. Now, but choosing a dropshipping niche is a bit tricky. Should you build a store around products you're passionate about? Should you pick a niche popular only in the United States, or should you think global? How do you know if these dropshipping products will ever sell? Now, regardless of the answers, you need to find an area of expertise to help focus your business and attract the right customers. So if you want to start a dropshipping store but you're not sure where to start, I'm going to give you a guide to figure out a profitable niche. Without demand, it doesn't matter if your business idea sounds amazing. If nobody wants your products, you will have a hard time making any money. And as the old saying goes, it's much easier to feel existing demand than trying to create it. But fortunately, a number of online tools are going to allow you to measure demand for a product or market. So one of the first ways that I'm going to enlighten you about how to find a dropshipping niche is using Facebook Audience Insights. That is Facebook Audience Insights. Now, Facebook is the largest social media network in the world. It has over 2.2 billion monthly active users, with the average US adult spending 38 minutes per day on the site. Now, Facebook Audience Insights is a great dropshipping product research tool that can really help you find niche markets and trends. Facebook Audience Insights is actually a free tool, and it's going to really help you learn more about an audience. It aggregates information about Facebook users and helps determine the size of a potential dropshipping niche and the interest relevant to that niche. Now, you can use Facebook Audience Insights to find information like demographics in regards to age, gender, lifestyle, education, job role, relationship status, and so on. You can also find information about page likes, categories and topics that interest an audience. And also you can find information about location, that is where people live and the languages they speak. And finally, you can find information about activity. Facebook ads clicked, comments made, promotions redeemed, devices used, and more. For example, if you want to explore a dropshipping niche like fitness and wellness, you can simply type in any keyword and Facebook will show you how many monthly active people are interested in this niche worldwide. You also can see how many people are interested in a topic, their likes, and their location. Now, you can refine your audience location. For instance, if you want to target people in the United States and you can search by just that country, then see these more focused audiences, top interests related to whatever niche you're thinking about. Now, this information can help you see what topics people are interested in so that you can better test different ad groups later on and get better return on your ad spend. Another tool that can really help you find a lucrative niche is Google Keyword Planner. That is Google Keyword Planner. Now, the best way to measure demand for an item online is to see how many people are looking for it using a search engine like Google. Fortunately, Google makes this search volume publicly available via its keyword planner. Simply type in a word or phrase and the tool tells you how many people are searching for it every month. There are entire training modules actually dedicated to using Keyword Planner, and I would encourage you to keep them in mind, but keep the following 3 metrics in mind and you'll be well on your way to getting the most out of this valuable tool. Now, the first metric that you should keep in mind is match type. Match type. Keyword Planner lets you select broad, phrase, and exact match types when it reports search volumes. Now, unless you have a good reason to do otherwise, you should use the exact match option. Now, this will give you a much more accurate picture of the applicable search volume for the keyword. Another metric that you need to keep in mind is search location. Make sure you look at the difference between local search volume in your country or a user-defined region and global search volumes. And if you'll be selling primarily in the United States, you should focus on the local search volumes and ignore the global results. Another metric that you could use is long tail variations. That is, long tail variations. It's easy to fixate on the broad 1 or 2 word terms that get massive amounts of search volume. In reality, it's the longer, more specific and lower volume search queries that will make up most of your traffic from the search engines. And these more detailed search terms are commonly referred to as long tail searches. Now, keep this in mind when you're looking at potential markets and niches to enter. If a search term has many variations that are actively searched for, that's a good sign that the market is fairly deep with lots of variety and interest. But if search queries and related volume drop after the first few high-level words, there is probably less related long-tail traffic. Now, another tool that you can use to find a lucrative niche is Google Trends. The keyword tool is great for raw search figures, but for more detailed insights, a lot of people use Google Trends. This tool offers you information that Google's Keyword Planner just doesn't provide, including search interest over time. Now, ideally, you want the niche you're entering to be growing, and Trends can let you know if this is the case. Now, for any given search query, you can see the growth or decline in search volume over time. Now, it also gives you the option for top and rising terms. You'll also be able to get a snapshot of the most popular related searches and of which queries have been growing in popularity the fastest. Focusing on these terms can be helpful when planning your marketing and SEO efforts. Now, another useful feature is geographical concentration. You know, and this particular feature gives you the ability to see where people are searching for a term geographically. This can help you identify where your customer base for a specific niche is most heavily concentrated. For example, if you're selling canoes, you'll want to determine where the majority of your customers will come from. Another feature is seasonality. Understanding the seasonality of a market, that is, if the demand for a product changes dramatically at different points in the year, is crucial. This is because the keyword tool provides data on a monthly basis, so you can draw some misleading conclusions if you measure search volumes during the wrong time of the year. Now, I can bet that canoes are a very seasonal search term with demand peaking in the summer months. So if you measured demand in the summer, expecting that it would be constant throughout the year, you'd grossly overestimate the size of demand. For any product you're seriously considering, you'll want to spend time understanding the intricacies of the niche's search volume. Using the Google Trend tool to understand search volumes, geographical concentration, high-level search trends, and seasonality will offer insights that can help you avoid costly mistakes and optimize your marketing efforts. Now that I have given you ideas on how to find a lucrative niche, I'm now going to move on to the next subtopic in our title, and that is the most profitable niches. Now, if you want to start a profitable e-commerce business with the best chances of success, you can't go wrong by entering a dropshipping niche that's already proven to be popular. Now, here are some of the best niches for 2021. The first niche is health and personal care. The second one is wardrobe and accessories. Number 3, kitchen and grocery. Number 4, home and bedroom. Number 5, office products. Number 6, tools and home improvement. Number 7, camera and cell phone accessories. Number 8, gaming. And finally, number 9, car accessories. Now, if you're not interested in the popular niches that I've just talked about, you can always research other niche markets. Now, I'm going to give you some dropshipping tips to help you find the best ones. Number 1, look for accessory-heavy niches. Look for accessory-heavy niches. Merchants rarely make much on high-ticket dropshipping niches and will only earn about 5 to 10% on products like laptops and televisions. Where they really make their money is on the accessories. Accessories enjoy significant markups and customers are much less price sensitive about them. A buyer might shop for weeks to get the best deal on a television, but wouldn't think twice about dropping $30 on an HDMI cable from the same place. Yet, there is a good chance the business made nearly as much profit on the cable as it did on the flat screen. Now, when you choose a niche with lots of accessories, you'll enjoy significantly higher profit margins and fewer price-sensitive shoppers. Another way through which you can find dropshipping niches is, my second tip is find customers with passion. You know, it's amazing how much money passionate hobbyists will spend. Mountain bikers, for example, will drop hundreds on lightweight accessories to shave a few pounds off a frame, and avid fishermen will invest tens of thousands of dollars in boats and related accessories. Now, if you can offer a product-based solution to a painful problem, you'll find a captive audience eager to buy. My third tip on how to find the most profitable niche is look for trendy products you can't find locally. That is, look for trendy products you can't find locally. If you needed garden equipment, you'll likely head to your local Home Depot, but where would you go to buy surveillance equipment or magician's accessories? Now, probably online, right? Now, pick niche products that are hard to find locally and you'll be able to get in front of the vast majority of your customers as they search online. While you ideally want something difficult to source locally, you also need to ensure there is ample demand for the product. Now, this can be a fine line to walk, and I will get back to this issue a little bit later. My third tip on how to find the most profitable niche is aim for niches with low product turnover. That is, aim for niches with low product turnover. Now, if your product line is constantly changing year to year, you'll end up spending valuable time on resources that will soon be outdated. So selling a product line with limited turnover ensures that you can invest in an information-rich website that will be viable for years. My fifth tip on how to find the most profitable niche is consider selling consumable or disposable products. That is, consider selling consumable or disposable products. Now, repeat customers are essential to any business, and it's significantly easier to sell to existing customers who trust you than to new prospects. Now, if your product needs to be reordered and on a regular basis, and you're able to keep your customers happy, you'll be on your way to building a profitable business with recurring revenue. Now, finding a great product is only part of the equation. Even a dropshipping niche fitting all the above criteria that I've talked about would be a poor choice in the face of inadequate demand or crashing competition. So, understanding a product's demand, competition, and suppliers will be extremely important to making an informed decision. Now, I'm going to move on to the third subtopic in our lesson or our video for today, that is how to measure competition in your niche. That is, how to measure competition in your niche. Now, conducting competitive analysis on a potential market can be tricky. Too much competition and you'll have difficulty building traffic and competing with established players. Too little competition can indicate a tiny market that will drastically limit how big you'll be able to grow. Some dropshipping stores use paid advertising, but most will rely heavily on free traffic from search engines to build a profitable business model. With this in mind, the best way to measure the overall competition in a market is to examine the organically listed, that is not advertised, sites on the first page of Google for a specific term. In order to generate a decent level of traffic, you'll need to successfully compete with, that is, outrank the sites on Google's first page. The world of search engine optimization, that is SEO, is one we can't do justice to, that I really can't do justice to in this video. For more detailed discussion, I would highly recommend Beginner's Guide to SEO, or you can read SEO checklists. Now, the second way, so how do you measure competition in your niche? The first tip I'm going to give you is take into consideration number of linking domains. Google's ranking algorithm relies heavily on links. All else being equal, the most links a site receives, the higher it ranks in the search results. Knowing how many links are pointing to a site gives you an idea of how much work you'll need to do in terms of earning and building links to your own site to outrank your competitor. There are dozens of different SEO metrics that are commonly used, but one in particular is useful when evaluating the ranking strength of a site, and that is the number of unique domains that link to it. Often called linking root domains or unique linking domains, this metric represents the number of unique domains, that is, independent sources that link to a site, and ignores duplicate links from the same domain. Now, to best understand this concept, it's helpful to think of links like personal recommendations. If your best friend comes to you and recommends a restaurant, you may remember it. And if he raves about it every day for a week, a total of 7 recommendations, you'll most likely be moved to eat there. But even his fanatism wouldn't be nearly as powerful as if 7 unique unrelated friends highly recommended the restaurant. Because they're independent sources, their recommendations hold much more authority. The same is true when analyzing links to a site. A domain can link to a site repeatedly, but it's really one unique recommendation, and this is where common SEO metrics like total number of links can paint an inaccurate picture when measuring a site's strength. Instead, looking at the number of unique linking domains will give you a much better idea of how difficult it will be to compete with a site in the search results. Google places a high emphasis on unique linking domains, so should you. The best way to get this figure is to use tools like Link Explorer, which provides a number of valuable SEO metrics and data, including linking root domains. Now, when examining Google search results, you'll want to look more carefully at the link metrics for the top few sites, the first and the second on Google, as well as the link metrics for the last site on the page, that is number 10 on Google. This will give you a rough idea of how much work is needed not only to rank number 1, but also simply to make it onto the first page of search results. The vast majority of searchers end up clicking on one of the 10 results on Google. So you want to understand how difficult it will be to get your site ranked there. Now I'm going to give you a quick cheat sheet, for interpreting the number of unique linking domains. These are only rough guidelines, but they should help you make sense of the numbers. Now, 0 to 50 linking root domains, likely on the low end for most worthwhile markets. Most sites with quality content and some focused marketing and SEO effort should be able to get 50 linking domains within a year. The other category is 50 to 250 linking root domains. This is a more realistic range for top-ranked sites in decently sized niche markets. It may take a multi-year approach to build a backlink profile in this range, but it's feasible. A competitive landscape with this profile often offers the best work to reward ratio, especially for individual dropshipping entrepreneurs or very small teams. And the third category is 250 plus linking root domains. Unless you are a talented marketeer or SEO ninja, building up more than 250 unique links will take some serious time and commitment. It doesn't mean you shouldn't go for it. Just make sure you're ready to face some entrenched competition. Now, another way through which you can measure competition in your niche is through authority of competing sites. When determining a site's rank, Google doesn't just look at the number of links a site has. It also considers the quality of those links. So, A link from, for example, Mike's Marshmallow blog with 5 readers won't count anywhere close to as much as a link from the New York Times. The metric Google uses to measure a page's authority is called PageRank. It's not the end, it's not the end all and be of all SEO metrics, but it's a quick way to get an idea of how important Google thinks a page is. As with unique linking sites, you can get a sense of how competitive a market is by looking at the page rank for the home pages of top-ranked sites. Now, the easiest way to check page rank is to look at the sites manually using check page rank. Now, I'm going to give you a quick way to interpret page rank readings for a site's homepage. Now, the first category is page rank 1 to 2. Now, this is a relatively small amount of authority. Page rank in this range for the top home pages likely indicates a relatively small market. The next one is page rank 3 to 4. This is a much more common range for highly ranked sites in competitive niche markets. It's not necessarily easy to reach this level of authority, but not impossible either. Markets in this range usually offer the best work to reward range for individual drop shippers. Now, the next one is page rank 4 to 5. Now, this is a fairly high level of authority. And to reach this level, you'll need to get numerous links from respected authoritative sites in addition to a fair number of other links. Then last rank is page rank 6+. Now, in this one, you've got a full-time marketing and SEO department, right? Because you'll need them to compete in a market with sites ranked this high. Another way to measure competition in your niche is through qualitative metrics, okay? Hard statistics like unique linking domains and PageRank can be helpful in determining how hard it will be to outrank competitors, but it's also very important to look at a few quantitative factors. The first one being site quality and usefulness. Now, I recommend that you visit the top ranked sites for a market and put yourself in the shoes of a customer. Do they appear inviting and welcoming or old and outdated? Are the sites well organized and easy to navigate, or is it a struggle to even find the search box? Now, do they provide high quality information and detailed product listings, or do you have to squint to make out the grainy product images? In short, how likely would you be to purchase from those sites? If you're blown away by the top sites in a market, it will be difficult to differentiate yourself, and you may want to consider a different market. But if there is a lot of room for improvement, or as we can see it, opportunity to add value, then that's a great sign. Also, when you're looking at qualitative factors, also take into consideration site reputation and customer loyalty. An online business might have a solid reputation based on years of treating customers well, despite a drab design and outdated site. Alternatively, the most beautifully designed site might have a widespread reputation for awful customer service. It can be difficult to judge a book by its cover. So check with the Better Business Bureau to see if a company has a history of customer complaints. You'll also want to do a web search to see what people are saying on social media and in online forums and communities. If the top competitors are slacking in the service and satisfaction department, there might be an opening for a store with superior service. Another way to measure competition in your niche is, take note of search results, okay? When you perform a search, It's important to realize that Google personalizes the results you see on your geographic location, your browsing history, and other factors. So when you're analyzing a market, it is very important that you see unbiased results so that you can understand the real competition landscape. Also, if you're living outside the United States but plan on selling to United States customers, you need access to the search results those customers will see, as those ranked pages are the sites you'll be competing with. Now, there are two ways to get around these issues. First, through using incognito search. If you use Chrome as a browser, you can browse the web incognito. In this mode, any personalized settings or browsing history will be discarded, so you can get an unbiased idea of how sites actually rank. You can start an incognito browsing session by going to File, New Incognito window, or by clicking on the icon in the upper right hand corner of your browser and selecting New Incognito window. Now, other web browsers have similar hidden search modes that will clear your browsing history. You can also force region-specific results. If you'd like to see the results that appear for a region other than your own, you can add a small amount of text to the end of the URL on a Google results page to get country-specific results. For example, if you are in the UK but wanted to see the search results being returned for searches in the US, you just need to add, for example, and GLUS parameter to the end of the URL on the search results and press enter. Similarly, if you are in the US and wanted to get UK results, all you need to do is add and GL equals UK to the end of the URL. Now, finally, how can you be successful with your niche? So I'm going to now address the fourth subtopic, how to be successful with your niche. Now, of course, selecting an in-demand, low-competition dropshipping product is just one part of the equation. To build a successful dropshipping business, you'll need to do at least a number of things. Now, the first one, you'll need to understand your ideal customers. So to be successful within your niche, you'll need to understand your ideal customers. If you're having trouble coming up with the right idea for a niche business, think about it in this way. Sometimes you need to find a customer first, not a product. Once you've figured out who you want to sell to and their pain points, narrowing down what you want to sell to them and how you want to sell it to them will come naturally. To help you determine who you should be selling to and uncover your unique selling proposition, you need to first create buyer personas for your audience to narrow down who should be considered as an ideal customer. The more specific and detailed your buyer personas are, the better you'll be able to understand and target your audience. Now, one of the easiest ways to find a customer is by looking at your own life and interests. Choose one of your passions and run with it. Whether it's an extracurricular activity you love or a skill that you've mastered, anything is fair game. Now, another way through which you can be successful in your niche is manufacture your own product. In this case, you control distribution and are the sole source for the item. And this limits competition and allows you to charge a premium price. If you intend to dropship products, you'll be selling existing products manufactured by someone else. So this isn't an option. Another way to be successful within your niche is have access to exclusive pricing or distribution. If you can arrange an exclusive agreement to carry a product, or if you have access to exclusive pricing from a manufacturer or a dropshipping supplier, you can profitably sell online without creating your own product. These arrangements can be difficult to arrange, however, and hundreds of other dropship merchants will have access to similar goods and wholesale prices. Another way through which you can be successful with your niche is to sell at the lowest price. Now, if you can offer the lowest price, you'll likely steal business from a large chunk of the market. The only problem, it's a business model doomed to failure. If the only thing of value you have to offer is a low price, you'll be caught in a pricing war that will strip virtually all your profits. Trying to compete against Amazon and other established online giants on price is generally a poor strategy. Another way through which you can be successful with your niche is by adding value in non-pricing terms. Offering valuable information that complements your products is the best way to differentiate yourself and charge a premium price. Entrepreneurs set out to solve people's problems, right? And that's no different in the world of e-commerce and dropshipping. Offering expert advice and guidance within your niche is the best way to start a dropshipping business. The next thing that you should think about is adding value in e-commerce. Just add value. Simple enough, right? Well, that's easier said than done. Some products and niches lend themselves to this strategy more than others. So you should look for a few key characteristics that make adding value with educational content much easier. Also, think about the components. The more components a product needs to function properly, the more likely customers are to turn to the internet for answers. With purchase, it's more confusing. Buying a new pet product or buying a home security camera system that requires multiple cameras, complex wiring, and a recorder, the more components a product needs and the more variety among those components, the greater your opportunity to add value by advising customers on which products are compatible. Also, think about customizable, or confusing products. Along the same vein, confusing and customizable products are perfect for adding value through content. Now, would you inherently know how to select the best hot water solar panel configuration for your climate, or which type of wireless dog collar system is right for your yard? Being able to offer specific guidance on what types of products are best suited for specific environments and customers is really a great way to add value. Also, think about technical setup and installation. It's easy to offer expert guidance for new products that are difficult to set up, install, or assemble. So take the security camera system from before. Let's say the camera site had a detailed 50-page installation guide that also covered the most common mistakes people make installing their own systems. If you thought the guide could save you time and hassle, there's a good chance you'd buy it from that website if it was available for a few dollars less elsewhere. So for store owners, guides add tremendous value for customers and they don't cost anything to provide once they're created. You can add value to complex and confusing niches in a number of ways, including creating comprehensive buyer's guides, investing in detailed product descriptions and listings, creating installation and setup guides, creating in-depth videos showing how the product works, establishing an easy-to-follow system for understanding component compatibility. Now, also think about working with good dropshipping companies. When running a dropshipping e-commerce store, you want to be on the lookout for good shipping suppliers and wholesalers because they really can help you figure out shipping costs, decide markup for your products, automate dropshipping fulfillment, and even help with product research. For example, AliExpress, the leading business-to-business buying portal for online retailers, is home to millions of top-selling products you can sift through to find the perfect items for your store. And you can order directly from AliExpress or use a dropshipping product research tool like Oberlo to find, upload, manage, and sell products in your Shopify store. Now, I hope that I really have enlightened you on everything about dropshipping niches. I hope you're now well informed about how to find a lucrative niche, the most profitable niches, how to measure competition in your niche, and finally, how to be successful with your niche. If you found this video content helpful at all, then kindly give the video a thumbs up, share the video with somebody else who may benefit from it, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn your notification bell on so that you know when I upload another helpful, informative video. Now, thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I shall see you in our next video. Bye-bye.